gentlemen, welcome back to Leaders Dialogue Show. Mr. John Nganga, do you have something else to say about a person of integrity?
I think we can see from before we went for the break that you may have to revise how many people you call men of integrity. Because the expectation, according to Psalm 15, is so high. Many of us who are called men of integrity, there will be an aspect that isn't quite right. We finished the earlier part of our program by saying people of integrity do not slander others. How can they? They do not take it upon themselves to make themselves look higher by making others look smaller. That is slander. And we are learning people of integrity, according to this portion, the people who can stay with God, the people who please God, are people who do not slander. Then goes on in talking about this passage, goes on to say, who does no wrong to a neighbor. If you have integrity, you'll be a good neighbor. You know, there are people who are difficult neighbors. This passage allows you to say they have no integrity. They are not what God expects of the people who please him. So good neighborliness is part of integrity. Everybody wants to stay with her, and that's because you are a crook. If you are a thief, you will not want your neighbor to be a man of integrity. But if you are a good man yourself, you will certainly want praise. So, but the word here is clear. If you are a man of integrity, you do no wrong to your neighbor. How do you do wrong to your neighbor? By being selfish, self-centered. So men of integrity are not self-centered. They think they are other-centered. They think of others first. You know, they are Christocentric. To use the big words, they are Christocentric means they seek to do what pleases God. They are not egocentric. They do not seek to do just what raises their ego. They are other-centric. They seek to be a blessing to all they deal with. So you can see clearly, and you see the word neighbor is defined in a very wide way, but the Good Samaritan story was given in order to explain what it is to be a neighbor. And a neighbor is anybody in need. A neighbor is anybody near you, whom you can help. Like the Good Samaritan, the person they are helping is an enemy. It's somebody who looked down on him. Now, so when you talk about a neighbor, it's a very right time. It's anybody whom God brings your way. And you are being told whoever that person is, you must do good to him. You must do what is right to him. And that will be an issue, because that means you have to place yourself in the shoes of the neighbor, so you don't do what is good to you, you do what is good to them. For example, if they don't like eating snails, do not take them snails. Look at what they like. They like ugali. Then take ugali to them. That means to do good to your neighbor is to do what is good to your neighbor. I think it is Romans 12 where you are saying that we should do what is good according to others. Because normally we do what is good according to us. So men of integrity, you can see, are very dear people. Everybody want to be their neighbor. And then goes on to say, and cast no slur on others. These are not neighbors. Slur means to throw a word that makes somebody think ill of somebody else. Now, the people of integrity will not do that. They cannot be quoted that they are ones who spot something. You know, the slur is very simple. Somebody says something, it has two interpretations. You choose the worst one, and that's the one you report. Now, you are throwing a slur on others. Then it goes verse 4. We are still in Psalm 15. Verse 4, it goes on to say, who despises a vile person. Now it has changed. We've been talking about what men of integrity are and should be. Now we learn what they should not be. And here we are told, people of integrity will not be in good company with bad people. Despises a vile person. So it means you cannot be friends with evil people and claim you are not evil yourself.
Okay.
I think that's the message in 1 Corinthians 15:3. Do not be deceived. Bad company will spoil good morals. So people of integrity, you can also know them by their friends.
Their friends.
They can help the evil people to improve, but they are not friends with the evil. The vile person here, the word is saying, they despise vileness, that evil.
Yes.
So if somebody is the type that is causing chaos in the neighborhood, they'll try to stop him because that's a way of being good to them. But those will not be their close friends. And we need to understand, sometimes we say, oh, I did not go to drink. I was taking a soda. But you are keeping in the company of drunkards. Or, me, I did not sleep around with the boys. But you know, I was with them. I don't know what's wrong with those girls. If you are keeping the company of people, oh, I did not steal. My friends are the ones who stole. You should have been making them totally uncomfortable about stealing. You know, some people say, you know, I can't judge them, but me, I cannot do that. A man of integrity will judge them. He will tell them what is right or wrong to do. And that's very difficult to remain in their company. So we are learning people of integrity have a difference. Let's go on. Goes on to say, these men of integrity honor those who fear the Lord. You know, they are clear about people who don't fear God. People who do wrong. It must be clear. This man has why? He doesn't like what God doesn't like. Instead, he likes those God likes. He honors those who fear the Lord. So it will mean that if you are a man of integrity, you will be somebody who fears God. And I think we said to earlier in the program, you are the kind of a person who what God hates is what you hate. What God loves is what he loves. So in the process, you will honor those who fear the Lord. You will congratulate a person because of the things he has done. You praise a person because of the things he has done that are pleasing to God. That's a person of integrity. So if you have integrity, it must be clear that you encourage and support people of integrity. You condemn people who have no integrity. You are very clear, you don't agree with them. And then he goes on to say, he keeps an oath even when it hurts. And this is the icing of the cake. A man of integrity to be known why?
Yes.
He will make a promise, then he discovers, if I keep that promise, it will destroy me.
Yes.
He volunteers to be destroyed rather than break his promise. Let me read it again. He keeps an oath even when it hurts. Many of us, if we make a promise, and then circumstances change, we say we shall explain. Tutamueleza, we will explain. You can always tell a man of integrity because he pays very high costs in order to keep his vow. Very heavy costs in order to keep his word. So that means you will stay in your marriage even if your husband isn't the best of people. Because you made a vow. You made a promise. That means you will deliver your goods. Even if you discover you are not making a profit. That means you appear in a place. Even if you discover that the person coming is not as great as you thought, you want your word. If somebody says it, your word is your bond. And I keep telling people, these people of integrity who are saying that their word is their bond, is because they can never waste their word. Say, I'll be there by 12 o'clock. And then they have to wake up at 5 a.m. to be there at 12. They will force themselves awake in order to be there because for them, their word is as good as their bond. What's a bond? If a police arrests you, instead of locking you up, they can say, hey, leave this logbook tomorrow. If you don't come, you will lose the logbook. It's your bond. But say, no, a man of integrity says, don't bother. There's no logbook. When I make a promise, it's as good as my bond. I will ensure my word I will keep. That's what integrity is all about. Now, how many of us are willing to pay the price for telling the truth and living the truth? That's what integrity is all about.
Yes.
You know, you hear a boy tell a girl, you know, I love you so much, I can even die for you. Let's meet on Sunday in the afternoon. Then it rains.
Yes.
The guy doesn't show up. He's not a man of integrity. If you make a promise, you will go. Even if it rains,
Just go.
you still go.
Yes.
Because he is saying he keeps his oath or his promise even when it rains, even when it hurts.
When it hurts.
So that's what really we are discussing. How does a man of integrity looks like? The Bible tells us how he looks like.
Yes.
So anybody who specializes on excuses for not keeping the promises he has given
Yes.
is a person who clearly knows that he is not going to be pleasing to God. Then he goes on to say, he lent money to the poor without interest.
Without interest.
In other words,
Yeah.
he makes money out of the people who are rich, but he also helps even people who cannot benefit him. These are people you give money and they cannot pay any interest. So he wants to help them. A man of integrity seeks to use his wealth in order to help the poor. And then he goes on, does not accept a bribe against the innocent.
That's true.
Hey, so you can see it's very descriptive. A man of integrity is not corrupt at all. There is nothing. You know, they always say every man has a price. A man of integrity has no price. There is nothing you can give him in order for him to change his mind or in order to make a decision favorable to you. If you are evil, there is no price. He always say you are evil.
Yes.
So here we are talking about he does not accept a bribe against the innocent. In other words, he's a judge. He knows that guy is the one who stole. But the guy who stole has given him money. So he says the guy is not guilty. No. That tells you that judge has no integrity. A man of integrity has no price. He says the same thing for everyone. He does not, there's nothing you can give him. You tell him I'll kill you, he's ready to die, rather than lie, rather than say something is black, which is actually white. And I think that's something that we need to think clear about if we are to be people of integrity.
That's true.
You will not accept a bribe. That's one of the things that has disturbed us in Africa, where we have many people that are willing to tell a lie because of the price they are getting. You know, whoever does all these things I've listed, the Bible says he will never be shaken. He will stand ground.
Yes.
People want to be their friend, his friend. People want to side with him.
Yes.
That's what man of integrity is, a man highly prized by the community.
Excellent. And we are so much grateful, ladies and gentlemen. And Mr. John Ganga, thank you for the insights of a man of integrity. And we trust a leader somewhere will be a leader of integrity, a mom, a dad somewhere will be a dad and a mom of integrity. Until next time, keep glowing as a leader. Thank you.
We are the new generation. We are the youth of the nation. High in the sky. We are the new generation. Leader. Leader. Leader.